Right now, millions of people across the UK are waking up to one of the most sweltering Fridays of the year, and if you've got plans to travel today, you absolutely need to watch this before you leave the house. London is currently in the grip of a July heatwave that has prompted major media outlets to ask exactly how hot it will get and when it will finally end. Critically, schools across England have now broken up for the summer holidays, and the RAC is reporting this could be one of the busiest getaway days on British roads in 4 years, the highest predicted volume since 2022. That combination of extreme heat and record road traffic makes Friday the 17th of July, 2026 one of the most demanding travel days of the year. So whether you're heading to the coast, a festival, or simply commuting across the city, the conditions today demand your full attention. We have got the complete picture, let's get straight into it. Let's start with what the skies are doing right now across the country. The southeast of England, including Greater London, is experiencing the peak of an ongoing summer heatwave, with afternoon temperatures climbing well above seasonal averages. Southern and central England are bearing the brunt of the heat, with little meaningful cloud cover expected to offer any relief through the afternoon hours. The northwest and Scotland are seeing considerably cooler and more manageable conditions, though temperatures there remain above the mid-July average. Wales and the southwest can expect bright, sunny spells throughout the morning, with temperatures rising sharply by midday. Humidity levels in urban areas, particularly central London and Birmingham, are notably elevated, which means the felt temperature is significantly greater than the recorded air temperature alone. In short, today is hot, and across the southern half of England it is only going to intensify as the afternoon progresses. Now let's break this down region by region, because conditions across the UK today are far from uniform. In London and the southeast, expect the most intense heat between midday and 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can avoid being outdoors during those hours, do so. The east of England is similarly warm, with clear skies over Norfolk, Suffolk and Essex making for pleasant conditions near the coast, but the UV index is very high and sun protection is non-negotiable. The Midlands will see temperatures hovering well above average, with Birmingham among the hottest inland cities today. Moving north, Yorkshire and the Humber will be warm but more manageable, while Greater Manchester and Merseyside remain pleasant and noticeably cooler. In Scotland, Northern Ireland, and the far north, it is a different picture entirely. Conditions are mild and considerably more comfortable than further south. If you have flexibility in where you are today, bear that north-south divide firmly in mind. Now, here is the travel picture, and if you're driving anywhere today, this section is critical. The RAC has predicted the highest number of summer getaway trips in 4 years, driven directly by schools finishing for the summer holidays this week. That means today, Friday the 17th of July, 2026, is shaping up to be one of the most congested days on British roads this year. The RAC has issued specific practical advice for drivers heading out this weekend, urging motorists to check tyre pressures before setting off, carry plenty of water, and avoid peak travel windows where at all possible, particularly between 2 and 6 in the afternoon. The worst congestion is anticipated on key arterial routes out of London, including the M25, the M3 heading to the south coast, the M23 towards Brighton, and the M5 going southwest towards Devon and Cornwall. Hot weather also increases breakdown risk significantly, as overheating engines and blown tires are considerably more common in these conditions. If driving sounds too stressful, and frankly, on a day like today it very well might be, public transport offers an alternative, though it comes with its own challenges in this heat. Passengers on London Underground services should be prepared for extremely uncomfortable conditions, particularly on deep-level tube lines such as the Central and Northern lines, where carriage temperatures can soar well above 30 degrees Celsius. Transport for London Standard heatwave advice is to carry water, wear light and breathable clothing, and travel outside the 9 to 5 peak window if your schedule allows. National rail services are generally operating, but speed restrictions are frequently introduced on certain routes when track temperatures become extreme, which may cause minor delays, particularly on lines across the southeast. If you are traveling to a festival or coastal destination this weekend, book your ticket in advance and check your operator's app for live alerts, as demand is exceptionally high with school holidays now fully underway. Let's talk about health, because the heatwave conditions today present a genuine medical risk for vulnerable groups and active travelers alike. The UV index across southern England today is rated as very high, which means unprotected skin can begin to burn in as little as 15 minutes of direct exposure during peak sun hours. Public health guidance recommends applying sun cream of at least SPF 30, wearing a wide-brimmed hat and lightweight clothing, and staying in the shade between 11 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. Older adults, young children, and those with chronic respiratory or cardiovascular conditions are particularly at risk from heat-related illness, including heat exhaustion and, in severe cases, heat stroke. The NHS advises drinking at least 2 liters of water throughout the day, avoiding strenuous outdoor exercise during peak heat, and keeping windows and curtains closed during daylight hours to maintain cooler interiors. If someone nearby shows signs of heat exhaustion, heavy sweating, dizziness, or nausea, move them to a cool environment immediately and call for help if symptoms escalate. Despite the heat, or perhaps fueled by it, this is one of the most packed weekends for outdoor events in the UK summer calendar. Skiddle's Guide to the Best UK Festivals in July 2026 confirms a full schedule of music and outdoor gatherings across England this weekend. Event organisers are universally urging festivalgoers to bring their own water, apply sun cream regularly, and pace themselves through the hottest parts of the afternoon. If you are heading to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for the System of a Down concert, which Time Out has published a full venue guide to this week, plan your travel route in advance, as public transport demand in that part of North London will be extremely high on the day. For motorsport fans, the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa is the focus of the F1 weekend, with Sky Sports F1 carrying the UK broadcast, so if you're staying home to watch, that is a perfectly reasonable response to today's heat. So, when does the heat finally relent? Reports published earlier this week indicate that London's heatwave is not expected to be a permanent fixture, but the immediate picture offers little relief. Saturday the 18th of July is likely to be broadly similar to today, hot, sunny, and demanding in terms of sun and hydration management. Sunday may see the first signs of change, with some weather models suggesting cloud beginning to build in from the west. Cooler and more typically British summer conditions, mixed skies, a return of occasional showers, appear most likely from the middle of next week as Atlantic air pushes in from the west. For now, plan as though the heat is here to stay through the weekend, and treat any cool spell as a welcome bonus rather than a certainty. To wrap up today's guide, here is your complete Friday the 17th of July checklist. If you're driving, leave before midday or after 6 in the evening, check your tire pressures and coolant levels before you set off, carry at least 2 liters of water per person, and build in extra journey time on motorways heading south and west. If you're on public transport, travel light, carry water, check your operator's app for live delays, and avoid the deep-level tube lines during peak hours. If you're outdoors, at a festival, the coast, or anywhere else, apply SPF 30 or higher, find shade between 11 and 3, and keep a close eye on children and older adults around you. The UK is in the middle of a significant July heatwave, schools are out, the roads are among the busiest in 4 years, and the events calendar is packed. Conditions today are genuinely extreme by British standards, but with the right preparation, your Friday can still be a brilliant one. Thank you for watching, subscribe now and we'll keep you updated throughout the summer.